Good morning. Luke, day 4, chapter 7 and 8. Whatever it takes, get to Jesus. That's the message today. We're going to look at a few examples. Wonderful reading this morning because it's a lot of stories about people who had encounters, people who sought Jesus and got the miracle that they were desiring. The first one is the Roman centurion who sends servants to go and get Jesus. One of his servants is sick. One of his servants who was dear to him. This man treated his staff well. He was a good man. He loved the Jews. He built a synagogue for them. He was a God-fearing Gentile. And when he heard about Jesus, he sent elders of the Jews, he sent some of the elders to go and see Jesus, to ask him to heal his servant. And Jesus says, sure, I'll come along. And then he sends that famous message saying, I don't even deserve to have you come under my roof, but I understand how things are with you. You carry the authority of God, just like I carry the authority of Rome. And because I carry the authority of Rome, I can tell servants to do what I want them to do, and they do it. And you carry the authority of Almighty God. And so you just need to tell my servant, you just need to speak the word from wherever you are, and it'll be done. And Jesus marveled at this man's faith. And immediately the man's servant was made well. So here we have a man that gets to Jesus. He has something he needs, and for him, getting to Jesus means sending emissaries. Whatever it takes, get to Jesus. Then we have the widow. And in this case, she didn't actually seek Jesus. She was broken, and yet Jesus meets her and obviously meets the young man who was dead, her son, and raises him from the dead. But then we get another wonderful example of getting to Jesus in the story of the sinful woman who, can you imagine the shame of it? That this woman should come to a Pharisee's house. These were powerful, holy, judgmental, vicious people who in the end killed Jesus. But she gathers up the courage in all of her shame, and she felt her shame. That's why she was crying so much. And she pushes her way into this house, and she just ignores all of the looks and all of the judgment, and she falls at Jesus' feet, and she is weeping so much. She is so ashamed. All she can do is just cling to him. And as she sees the tears dripping onto his feet, she notices his feet are dirty, and so she does what she can. She just does what she has, and she begins to just wash his feet with her tears, and then she takes her hair and wipes them. It's her act of love. And then she takes this fragrant oil that she had brought with her, and she pours it on his feet, and she kisses his feet. What an incredible picture of a sinner seeking Jesus. Whatever it means, my friend, get to Jesus. Whatever it is you need from him, push through the crowd, do whatever you have to do, close your ears to the insults of others, forget about the opinions of other people, fall at his feet, do whatever you have to do to get to Jesus, to get what you need from him. Then we have the story of the disciples in the boat, and there's this massive storm, and this is a slightly intriguing example of this, because it appears that though they got what they wanted, and though they got to Jesus, in this particular case, he would have wanted them to wait longer, because he rebukes them. They're saying, they wake him while he's sleeping. And they said, don't you even care? We're perishing. And he says to them, where is your faith? Sometimes it's good to wait, and I know that is almost contrary to the point I'm trying to make this morning. There are no rules for this, but get to Jesus. Get to Jesus. I mean, they were in the boat with Jesus. I think maybe that's the lesson here. Make sure Jesus is in the boat with you. Make sure that you have done everything you can to be with him. That he is with you in your day, in your troubles, in your family, in your home. Make sure he's with you. And then there may be a time where you have to wait and have faith before you receive what you're asking for. Then we have the example of the demon-possessed man. And somehow, even though there's this legion of demons inside of him, he gets to Jesus. He runs. Jesus' feet step off that boat, and there's like this power surge through the actual physical land. And this demon-possessed man knows the Son of God has arrived. And he somehow, and the demons would have wanted to run the other way. He somehow, despite all of the demons in him, he runs, he gets to Jesus, and he falls at Jesus' feet. And then the demons stop manifesting. Even if it's in all the ugliness of your sin and demon possession. I don't care how ugly you think you are. I don't care how filthy and how defiled you are. Get to Jesus. Just get to him. And of course, he gets delivered. Then there's the example of the ruler of the synagogue, Jairus by name. His daughter, 12 years old, is on death's door. And in fact, as Jesus is making his way to Jairus' house, the little girl dies. What does he do? He comes to Jesus and he falls at his feet. He fell down at Jesus' feet and begged him to come to his house. Maybe that's what it means for you to get to Jesus. Just fall at his feet. Have you fallen to your knees before? Do it. Do whatever you have to do to get to Jesus, to get what you need. Comes into the house. She's dead. They mock him. He raises her from the dead. What a wonderful ending to the story. While he's making his way there, of course, then there's the woman who's had the issue of blood for 12 years. What does she do? She physically pushes her way through the crowd. She's unclean. She is supposed to stay away from people. She throws off all of the social and cultural and religious rules to get to Jesus. I don't care what you've got to throw off, my friend. I don't care how many people you've got to push your way through and dive full length to touch the garment of Jesus. I don't care what you've got to do. Get to Jesus and touch him. I have no idea what that means for you in your life this morning. But wonderful examples of people that we see who had a singular goal. They all did it in different ways, but they had a singular goal. And when they had got to Jesus, they got what they needed. And the same will be true for you, my friend. So God bless you. See you tomorrow.